evil fortress of the Wild West. More than 4 million visitors come here each year to marvel at the breathtaking natural wonders. Yellowstone holds unimaginable scenes where wild instincts reign. In this video, witness the brutal battles as top predators are drawn into a breathtaking dance of life and death. Wild Yellowstone, Ruthless Predators and Majestic Wilderness. The abundant and majestic nature reigning over Yellowstone is home to thousands of bison and hundreds of gray wolves, two destined enemies locked in life and death struggles that have existed since ancient times. They represent the harsh cycle of life and death among Yellowstone's wildlife. The relationship between predator and prey is as fragile as a thread, yet also unbreakably resilient, as the fall of one species ignites the rise of another. But before facing fierce battles with their eternal enemies, these magnificent creatures must endure the challenging baptism of Yellowstone's nature. Nestled within the majestic Rocky Mountains, Yellowstone stretches like a vast blanket embracing the wild and untamed essence of nature. This land rests neatly within a massive square in the northwest corner of Wyoming, extending into parts of Montana and Idaho. Covering more than 3,468 square miles, Yellowstone is larger than both Rhode Island and Delaware, a wondrous world crafted entirely by nature's hand. Winter in Yellowstone is like an impenetrable fortress, constantly challenging the existence of the creatures that call this place home. When November arrives, a blanket of white snow begins to cover everything, signaling the start of a survival struggle that will last for months. Winter temperatures can range from 20-degree en rounds to 30-degree en rounds, but that's just the surface of the harsh conditions. Deeper cold fronts sweep in, sometimes driving the temperature down to 40-degree en rounds at night. Each year, Yellowstone can receive between 150 inches of snow in the lower valleys to 400 inches in the higher elevations, such as the Absaroka Range. That snow acts like a heavy curtain, draping over roads, meadows, and streams, turning movement for animals into an unrelenting struggle. For many species, simply finding a blade of grass or a branch to eat becomes a difficult journey through a sea of snow. As winter tightens its grip, food supplies gradually become scarce. This is a survival test for wildlife, requiring them to have special adaptations and survival skills to endure. Smaller animals seem to survive more easily. The snowshoe hare, in an admirable adaptation, changes its fur from brown to white, transforming into a ghost-like figure amid the snow-covered world. This camouflage helps them avoid predators like foxes or wolves, but it cannot protect them from hunger and the harshness of the weather. Weasels, those elusive creatures of the dense forests, huddle in tree hollows and caves to escape the biting cold. Their wide feet act like little snowshoes, allowing them to glide over thick snow while hunting. But for larger animals, the challenges are even greater. The cold days stretch from November to April, peaking in December and January like a slow-flowing hourglass, that steadily tests the endurance of all living creatures here. Every day is a survival test. Large animals like elk, moose, and bison not only struggle with the bitter cold, but also face dwindling food supplies and weakening health as each day passes. Moose, the largest herbivore in North America, get trapped in deep snow, unable to easily find food. When heavy snowstorms persist, many moose succumb to starvation or exhaustion from trudging through the dense snow. The winter of 1996-1997 was a nightmare for elk and deer in Yellowstone, with a natural mortality rate of up to 50%. The strong bison, with their thick fur, lower their heads to push snow away from the buried grass. But even these giants cannot completely prevail against winter. In years of heavy snowfall, the mortality rate of bison can reach up to 20%, a significant figure for a species that already struggles with harsh conditions year-round. Winter in Yellowstone is like a never-ending night, where only the strongest and smartest creatures can survive. Yet within this harshness, there are stories of resilience and the incredible adaptability of nature, a reminder that no matter how severe, life continues with each breath and every step in the snow. This is the story of the bison, scientifically known as bison, the iconic wildlife of Yellowstone, a testament to the resilience of nature. Yellowstone National Park is home to the largest public herd in the United States, with populations once ranging from 30 to 60 million individuals across North America. However, at one point their numbers dwindled to just 23 individuals in 1902. Thanks to conservation efforts, their numbers have rebounded to approximately 4,500 to 5,500 individuals by 2023. And Yellowstone remains one of their last strongholds. Bison are the largest mammals in North America, standing up to 6 feet tall at the shoulder. Adult bulls can weigh between 1,000 to 2,200 pounds, while cows are lighter, weighing around 800 to 1,200 pounds. In the bone-chilling cold of Yellowstone, bison rely not only on their massive bodies, but also on their natural armor, a thick, two-layered coat that acts like a blanket, protecting them from the biting winds. The outer layer of long, coarse fur acts as a windshield, while the short undercoat traps precious body heat. Even when ice and snow cover their bodies, bison remain standing, resilient against the cold that forces other species to retreat. But their preparation for winter doesn't stop there. Before the snow falls, bison store fat in their bodies, an energy reserve that accounts for 10% to 15% of their weight. This fat serves as an energy bank, helping them survive the long months when grass becomes scarce. When the cold sets in, bison move less, only seeking out the grass in more accessible areas, conserving every bit of energy like an oil lamp maintaining its light through the long, freezing night. Bison are nomadic herbivores, moving in herds with seasonal migration patterns depending on food availability and environmental conditions. In the summer, they gather in areas like Hayden Valley and Lamar Valley, where the grass is plentiful. When winter arrives, they migrate to regions with less snow or lower elevations to make feeding easier. One of the bison's remarkable adaptations is their ability to use their heads to push through thick snow to find food. The snow may be several feet deep, but bison can use the strength of their heads and necks to push the snow aside and reach the grass below. However, in winters with excessively deep snow, even this skill isn't enough to help them feed effectively. Bison's temperament is often unpredictable. They usually appear calm, indifferent, or even lazy. However, they can react suddenly and without warning or clear reason. bison herds become more restless during the breeding season, which lasts from June to September, with peak activity in July and August. At this time, older males rejoin the herd, and conflicts often arise between males to demonstrate strength and compete for mating rights. These bulls are the most aggressive, unpredictable, and challenging individuals. According to early naturalists, bison were known as fierce and formidable animals that feared no other species. Under optimal conditions, they could even overcome any adversary, except for a grizzly bear or a pack of wolves. However, in harsh winters with scarce food, deadly confrontations with predators challenging the bison are inevitable. During the winter of 2023-2024, scientists at the Yellowstone Wildlife Research Institute recorded an increase in encounters between wolves and bison as food sources became more limited. But bison are not passive creatures when facing predators. Bison can move at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour and gallop steadily. This is impressive when considering their massive size. When threatened, especially during winter when food is scarce and predators become more aggressive, bison use their horns and muscular strength to defend themselves. The most obvious defensive tool for bison is their 2-foot-long horns. Both males and females have these horns, delivering considerable momentum generated by their typical weight of 2,000 to 2,700 pounds, combined with speeds of 30 miles per hour. Bison's hind legs can also be used to fight off predators with devastating effects. In many cases, wolves are forced to retreat in the face of a bison's powerful counter, particularly when a mother bison is protecting her calf. However, the gray wolves in Yellowstone have existed as legends. These wolves, scientifically known as Canis lupus, belong to the Canidae family and are among the largest predators in the wolf lineage. They are known as one of the iconic animals of Yellowstone National Park, playing a crucial role in maintaining the ecosystem's balance. Whether you've been to Yellowstone or not, it's impossible not to know the illustrious history of the North American gray wolf. The ancestors of the North American gray wolf began their survival journey across the majestic mountains and icy plains of Eurasia millions of years ago. Then, around 300,000 to 500,000 years ago, some gray wolves migrated across the Bering Land Bridge into North America during the Pleistocene era, a time when ice reigned and giant creatures like mammoths roamed. In the frigid environment of the Ice Age, nature endowed the North American gray wolf with perfect adaptability, showcasing its prowess with every strike through the freezing snow. Their bodies grew stronger, equipped with powerful jaws and sharp teeth, ready to hunt large prey such as moose, deer, bison, and even the massive mammoths. As the Ice Age gradually ended, giant creatures